Hi, and welcome to another edition of Gaming Night. Tonight we're going to be talking about one of my favorite RPGs that's actually laid back and really simple. I thought I'd share this game with you. I've covered a how-to pretty much in one of my earlier videos. I want to redo it because quality wasn't that great, and I think I could do a much better job now that I got editing software. So, without further ado, I bring you Steve Jackson's Toon, the Cartoon RPG. Now, it's currently out of print. However, you can get PDFs on his website and print them out yourself. I mean, it's a pretty hefty booklet. It's got a lot of pages, but you can even go online and maybe find a used bookstore or hobby shop that carries hard to get things. The game pretty much lets you be any kind of cartoon character you want. There's no restrictions. You can be any kind of animal creature that you want. And the premise is you're a cartoon character, and one of the players, the DM, is the animator, and he creates a series of stories. Now, for those of you that are hardcore RPGs fans, you may be turned off because the first rule of Toon is act before you think. So basically, if you're a DM and you really created this elaborate story, in Toon you really don't need to, because they're going to ruin your well-designed RPG in a matter of minutes. Because things go out the window when it comes to Toon, because anything the players can think of will happen. Anything the animator can think of can happen. You could be, one minute you guys could be in a factory, and all of a sudden someone decides to throw a portable hole onto a machine that happens just by some miracle or chance, causes the entire Earth to be sucked into another dimension. Yes, it is that crazy. All you really need for Toon is a 6-sided dice, a wacky imagination, a sense of humor, and above all, loose and cut back. So basically, you should definitely check out the first book. It's Toon, the Cartoon RPG, and then I suggest you at least get the other book, which is Toon, the Acme Catalog. Well, it's Ace Catalog, but it screams Acme to me. And what you have in this one is different categories of stuff. I'll kind of give you guys an example. Instant game show host pill. You also get like jet engines, jack-in-the-box, anvils, and it also has a story, so you can kind of see how simple and the game can be. Now, when you create a Toon character, you're going to have different attributes, and you just basically roll a 6-sided die, and you plop that number into the bigger box, and then all those other numbers get that number, and then you're going to have so many points to spend. I believe it's 25 or 30, and you basically can up your other skills. You can buy special abilities, and you basically are going to want to buy some stuff. So once you buy stuff, just like in the Wile E. Coyote, when he has chased the Roadrunner, when you buy something, there's a chance it's bad. There's usually it's a 50-50 chance. But you also have an item on there that says pass or detect shoddy goods. Now, if you make that roll and you know it's a bad one, then you won't use it. But items can and will backfire on you. The good thing is, when you die in this game, you don't permanently die. You come right back, give or take. Sometimes they recommend 3-minute roll. However, if there's less players than that, you could basically maybe skip one or skip a turn, or even work out your own method of it. But Toon is vast and got a lot of expansions. You got the Tooniversal Tour Guide, which is ways to actually incorporate mechs and Car Wars type games. This Toon Tales one is for the Wild West. You have other scenarios in here as well, but obviously it screams Wild West right in the front. So I'll pretty much give you guys a how to play Toon again, and it'll be in more detailed and much better. But I really do recommend, if you want to get your wife or girlfriend into role playing, but she's not into that barbarian and dragon kind of image, I would suggest start off with Toon. It's light and fluffy. You can even get your kids involved, and you can keep it PG-13 or however you want. And at the same time, you can introduce them to RPGing, and it's a good filler, and you can also, it's a good thing to use when you want to take a break from regular RPGs. But I used it as a regular RPG at times because it's a lot easier to get a game out of Toon than it is to set up a campaign for Dungeons and Dragons or GURPS or whatever you play. So, but Toon is really light and fluffy. It may be hard to get, but there are PDFs and other places where you can get the files when you need to. So, thanks for your time. I'm sorry this video may be long, but I just want to inform you on a game that I really like a lot, and I'm hoping to do a gaming session with my friends again, because that game is it's a lot of fun as long as you're laid back. Take care.